start by asking as the head coach to pay tribute to Chris Blakes, who's passed away this week, if you could.
Yeah, shocking news really for everyone at the football club, and I got to inform myself just a couple of days ago, just yesterday actually, and find out about it. So it wasn't nice. I know a lot of the younger players were very close to him, and he coached a lot of the boys that's broke into the first team as well. So it's deepest sympathies to the family and friends of him, and it's not a good time for them.
That's right. Just on your squad, how was it looking for Saturday?
Callum Elder's back, trained this week, which is a real positive for us. On the negative, James Scott has gone over on his ankle in training. Time scale we're not sure. We'll know a bit more over the next week or two, but unavailable for the weekend.
Did that happen today or?
No, it happened on Tuesday. Just a freak accident really, just controlled the ball, planted his right foot, just twisted his ankle. So in terms of the extent or the length of time, we're not too sure.
You got scans coming up or?
Yeah, there will be, but we haven't got the details of them yet.
How much of a blow was that? Because you were excited to see him, weren't you?
Yeah, we were, and it's just really unfortunate really for the boy and for us. It was nobody near him, and he just went over on his ankle. Almost feels like we've ran over a black cat or something at the minute really, but yeah, it's not ideal for us, but hopefully it's not too bad.
Would you be worried about it, given?
I don't know. It's hard to tell at this present time. I'd be just talking rubbish really in terms of if I give you any time scale, because I don't know myself.
Okay, no problem. Yordi Device, any chance for this week?
No, Yordi will train on Monday. John Terrell will train on Monday. Pennington's not too far away. Kevin Stewart's not too far away. Maybe some part next week. So on a plus, we're starting to get a few people back.
So you maybe think Yordi for Tuesday night? Is that still too soon?
Yeah, possibly. Maybe looking towards more the Swansea game for him, because he'll need a week's training. But we'll see how he is over the weekend.
How's Martin Samuelson?
Martin's probably going to be the week after.
Right.
So it's not ideal for us. A few injuries at the minute, but we've got a good group here, and we believe in the group, and we'll take that into the game at the weekend.
I was going to ask you how your two new players have settled in, but just on Marcus, how's he settled into the group?
Marcus settled fine. It was good to get him some minutes on Monday in the 23s game at Scunthorpe, and because he's gone a couple of weeks without playing, maybe 2 or 3 weeks, so it was important to get him some minutes. He played 60 minutes, as well as Robbie McKenzie played a game, Dan Batty played, Norbert Ballack played, Matty Ingram played, so it was good to get the boys some minutes.
I know you've got options up front, but is Norbert now at a stage where you'd be ready to start, do you think?
Well, he's getting better, he's getting fitter, but it's like when he first come in, he was a wee bit behind anyway in terms of adjusting to this level. He'd come in after the window, we were trying to get him up to speed, and obviously the 10-week layoff really has taken effect on him, and the injury, and just trying to get him some minutes, keep trying to push his intensities in training, and we'll see where we go.
Just on Marcus, obviously the players he's been brought in to replace, will bring a bit of expectation and pressure on. Is he the type of lad that will enjoy that, do you think?
He won't fear that. No, Marcus Maddison, the character he's got and the ability he's got, he's a top player, and that won't faze him. He believes in his own ability. We believe in his ability. That's why we've brought him here. His stats speak for himself over the years, and it's very easy for anyone to say, "Look, it's only in League One." But I've managed him against Aston Villa in the FA Cup, and he tore them apart a couple of seasons back. So the kid's a top player, and we look forward to working with him.
You'll have coached him in League One. Did you always fear that he would leave you?
When
you were manager?
Yeah, possibly. I mean, it was always every window. We thought we could have lost him, and for whatever reason, it didn't happen. But we're pleased to have him now, and I think he'll be good for the rest of the forwards in terms of what he does. His delivery's excellent. The goals he's set up over the years is very good. And he's going to be a good asset for us from now to the rest of the season.
McCann had some things to say about Max and the nature of his departure from Peterborough. He also mentioned the chance of making this permanent in the summer. Is that in your mind to make it permanent?
At this present time, we're just focused on the next game, really. That's the last thing we're worrying about, whether we sign Marcus Maddison to permanent or anything like that. The next game is the most important thing. We need to get back on track. That them sort of conversations will happen as the season goes on. For us, we focus on the next game.
Okay. Last weekend you mentioned it, how flat it was around the club on and off the pitch. Have you tried to restore a bit of buoyancy this week?
Yeah, I think if you look into last week, I think everything just happened in it really quickly. The early kick-off, this is not an excuse, by the way, we're not excuse makers, but it just felt really low in and around the group, the changing room, in the stadium, and it was and we delivered a flat performance, which didn't help. So that's probably the big factor of it. So we know we got things wrong last week in terms of what we did in the game, but what we've had is a good week this week is to refocus the lads, put them back into the picture of where we are at this present time, where we're looking to get to, and just work this week with the boys to make sure that we can respond, because they're a really, really good group of players, really good group, and not once ever will their work rate be ever questionable, and it hasn't been since I've been here. I think that's the first time this season, maybe at Huddersfield away as well, where we've been just nowhere near the standards that we set, albeit Brentford are a very good team and they're a top team, and when you're not at your standard, then you can get hurt like that. So this week is just refocusing us, making sure that we work hard and to rectify what we didn't do last week.
You'll have had those results as a player yourself. Can it give you confidence, a bit of a battering when you're on the end of the 5-1? I don't
know. I don't think so. I think it's in football. In football, you have to. Whose phone's that ringing? In football, you have to get on with it. You take each game as they come, and our motto since we've come in is always: we don't get too high when we win, and we don't get too low when we lose. Yes, we've lost the last 4. It's not good. There will be a lot of people from the outside looking in, probably going, "Look, I told you so." And that's a fact, and the press and everything that surrounded us from that game hasn't been good, and that's life, that's football, that's what people want to do. For us, we just focus on the next one.
It has changed very quickly in the last month. It can change back again, can't it?
It can. The difference is, if we had won those 3 or 4 games, would have been 3 or 4 points off the top. In the space of 3 or 4 games, you find yourself 10 or 11 points off the top 6. So that's how quick this league changes. We know that if we can get ourselves on another run, then we can put ourselves back up that league a bit and a bit closer to where we want to be. It's not easy. It's going to be difficult, but this group have got a real belief, and we have a real belief in this group that we can do it. So we'll see where we go.
I've got the impression, sort of, through supporters and everyone really, that emotions were quite raw last week on the back of what happened on deadline day and then the result on the Saturday. Sort of cold light of day, how do you look back on January and what it's done for the club?
Well, I think we've recruited some really, really good players. I think some of the players we've brought in, I think there's a real identity of what you can see, what we're trying to do in terms of young, hungry players looking to prove a point. In turn, will help this football club in years to come, financially as well. So I think it's, in terms of the recruitment, it's good. What that brings is inconsistencies and sometimes in performance and results. On the outs, I think it's good business for the football club. It really is, and I think the football club had no choice in the matter. And it's done, it's dusted. I'm pleased it's closed. We can now settle and focus on these 16 games and giving it a real go to get to where we want to be.
Is this almost how it's got to be for a club of Hull City's stature in the Championship, that you almost do have to sell an asset every now and then? I think so. I mean, it's not, but I think every club and every player at every football club has a price, and that's just the way it is, you know. And if that price is met by what the football club deem reasonable, then there's no two ways about it. They move on. And that is every football club, just not Hull City. Do you think there's an additional sort of deflation to the fact that it happened so late in the game?
Yeah, I think that may be taking a knock-on effect to the game. There's no question about that. I think that took a knock-on effect. How late it happened in the window, really, but for us, we knew it was going to happen in that day. But I think the fans seeing it so late in the window maybe
maybe affected on them, affected on some of the group. But that's, like I say to you, it's for us, we didn't perform in the game, and we can use that as a, well, yeah, that was the reason why we didn't perform and haven't performed to where we should be for the last 3 or 4 games, and we need to get back to where we know we can.
Football moves on very quickly, and every player can soon be forgotten when the right one comes and fills his place. That's the chance to play.
Of course, I mean, it's look, we wish the boys who have left the best wishes and the best luck. Jarrod Bones deserved it. You know, the reason why he's deserved it is because he works. He's the hardest working player I've seen since I've been either a player or a manager. He's so robust. He never misses training. He never moans. He never grumbles. And he's deserved the move. You know, he wants to be the best he can be, and he's got himself a move to a very good club in West Ham. But now it's the next one. Who's going to be the next one? Who's going to be the next 1, 2, 3 to do what he's done, and get themselves to that level? You know, and that's what we're excited about. Myself, Cliff, Tony, Baz is coaching these young players to take that next step. Hopefully with us, but to taking that next step to the top level, because like any line of work, I'm sure yours included, you know, if one of the big newspapers came in for you and offered you treble or quadruple your wages, I'm sure you'd move. But that's life.